It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Ernie Johnson joined by Shaquille O'Neal. Kenny the Jet Smith, thanks for tuning in. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, we'll see the Boston Celtics playing against the Hornets out in Charlotte. And for Charlotte, this is a team they knocked out in the first round in last year's playoffs, so they'd better be ready. Some extra motivation on this one. All right, looking at Jared Sullinger. Came into the league, and most thought he would just be a role player, but Kenny, he's shown that when he's healthy, he's on the floor, he can be a significant contributor on offense.
Well, you know, the role player word is a little misused because everyone has a role. Some guys score more, some guys rebound more, some guys assist more.
Some guys talk more.
And some guys talk more. And he's added a three-pointer to his game, so that gives him a bigger role, more impact. But you just got to be careful around this guy because you really can, if you're not defending him correctly, he can get 15 or 20 points pretty easily.
Ernie, hope I don't get in trouble for saying this, but this guy has a back advantage over all the players. He uses his backside very well. Defense, he makes him go where he wants him to go.
I've just been told you can't say that as we turn it over to Kevin Harlan.
Welcome and good evening. We welcome you to our Monday night broadcast of the NBA here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by my colleagues Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. We'll see the Charlotte Hornets defending home turf in the Eastern Conference. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of Boston. The previous season series split right down the middle. These teams were quite evenly matched.
Yeah, some history here, though. Of course, they won that first-round series in last year's playoffs and ended up sending them packing.
Added incentive in a game like this. I mean, they've got to be ready to rise up to that challenge.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. On the floor for Boston, Thomas is the point with Bradley to his side. Jay Crowder out there with Jared Sullinger. And it's Cross in at the 5. Thomas kicks to Bradley. Pass to Crowder. Sullinger is screen on Kid Gilchrist. Just 5 on the clock. Crowder dishes to Bradley. And the 3 off target. So for the Hornets, their last game, a win against the 76ers in Philadelphia.
Yeah, the confidence just exuding in that performance on the offensive end. I mean, really illustrates how this team clicks when guys are communicating and executing as a cohesive unit.
Yeah, roadkill is hard to get in this league. I mean, to be a great NBA team, you've got to be able to have that kind of performance on the road. Focused, purposeful, and productive. Really solid.
There's a whistle, and it goes on Isaiah Thomas. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Freak. He had a career game last time out. Bucket after bucket. It's Jefferson high post. Sinks the 15-footer.
You can't give him that shot. A few open looks are all it takes to get him in the zone.
Boston's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Sullinger the screen. Bradley kicks to Sullinger. Teardrop shot, and the layup is up and in.
How about that cloth soft touch? I mean, just a gentle little teardrop, almost like a falling leaf. A leaf falling down slowly to the ground. Very sweet and colorful, too.
Now here's Kid Gilchrist. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game, and the shot is good.
How about 3 or 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
Here is Thomas. Michael Kid Gilchrist making his last shot. Thomas against Walker. Sullinger trying to break free. Thomas, no good.
I still can't believe that one didn't fall.
That's good from Kid Gilchrist on the assist by Freak.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Now here's Bradley. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Orlando.
And also 3 steals. So he showed some grit and determination on the defensive side. Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
Here's Fowler. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
They've worked hard and created great chances for themselves in this opening quarter.
And if they match that effort at the defensive end, watch out.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Hornets.
Well, I like the fact they've already been getting a lot of high-quality shots in the paint.
And also another aspect of their game that's been super so far tonight is how they've been sharing the basketball.
Celtics trail by 9. Down low. Here's Cross. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
Now, here's Walker. He averages a bit over 6 points a game.
Punches it down with pop.
Rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
I tell you what, they are not backing off at all, are they?
So it's Boston now, following the score by Charlotte. Sullinger is screen on Walker. Thomas goes in, stolen by Robinson. Here's Kid Gilchrist. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead. Kid Gilchrist has got 6.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Hornets Days team.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Kevin, Steve Clifford was just going over the game plan with his... He went over the offensive plan and that it hinges on running things through Jefferson. Coach putting the pressure squarely on his shoulders by asking him to be the key man in the offense. It's not something they ask of him every game, but when they do, he can usually handle it. Guys, we'll just have to watch how it plays out here in the first half. Kevin, back to you.
All right, Doris. Now here's Sullinger. 11 points for him in that last game against Orlando.
Yeah, and talk about his scoring. I mean, Kevin, with the defense trying to pressure him, he did a good job of getting them to overcommit and getting himself to the line.
Hornets leading by 9. Walker the pass to Fowler. Jefferson dishes to Kid Gilchrist. Charlotte moving the ball around. And it's Freak missing.
Not too much congestion in the lane. I think he could have gotten a better shot that time, no question.
And the basket by Thomas.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
And Freak throws it down.
Boy, just an excellent assist. Nice work from Kemba Walker.
So it's Boston now. Last game matched up with the Magic. A tough loss there.
The offense just struggled mightily in that game. They went stretches where points just became very difficult to come by.
And ironically, their play wasn't that bad. It was just their shot making that went AWOL.
Now Walker following the three-pointer jump by Avery Bradley, and that one's good. Freak.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Well, everything's coming too easily. I mean, at some point defensively, you have to take something away.
Thomas kicks to Sullinger. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
Really, as close as you can get to an and one right there. He almost had it.
It's his first trip to the line.
And he buried a bunch of shots from the stripe in that last game.
And one look at the box score will confirm that. And somehow it's become a real struggle at the free throw line. He's lost his way there. I mean, he's not having anywhere near the same success he had there last season.
Here's what Charlotte's going with right now. Kaminsky comes in for Thomas Robinson, and it's Austin Rivers in for Walker.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
So it's Boston now. Michael Kidd Gilchrist making his last shot. Crowder dishes to Thomas. Clock at 6. Here's Meyer, and there's the call on Austin Rivers. That is his first foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
Myers, he's guarded by Rivers. And there's the call on Austin Rivers. That's foul number 2 for him.
And that's 2 fouls for him very early in this ball game. He'll probably have to spend some time on the bench before halftime.
There's the pick. To the middle. Here's Mobley. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
You know, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And Clark, they might as well keep doing it. I mean, attack the basket until the defense makes an adjustment.
Well, we can't say enough about the passing of this group lately. The leading setup men among the league's 2 guards over the past 10 games. Freak is second.
And that list of players just goes to show that great passing doesn't just come from the point. The way those guys distribute the ball from the 2 spot is a thing of beauty.
Yeah, and it may often be overlooked, that skill at the shooting guard position. But if you think back on the all-time greats at that spot on the floor, they were all fantastic passers. Almost all were fantastic passers.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. Celtics trail by 12. Here's Crowder. Offline with his 3.
I tell you what, you can shake your confidence missing wide open shots like that.
Rivers kicks to Freak. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Freak's got 14 points.
And no doubt they've come into this game with a really aggressive approach, just pounding the ball inside.
It certainly is working. They're finding the open lanes to the hoop and owning this game early.
Now here's Crowder. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Shot clock at 5. Launches a 3. Can't hit. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. 56 seconds left here in the first quarter. Freak passes to Kaminsky. He kicks it to Freak, and he gets it to go. He's got 16.
And defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Now, here's Thomas. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Magic in Orlando.
And they were just struggling to stop him. They sent him to the line over and over, and the free throws were a big part of the game.
The three-pointer is right on target. Thomas got 5 points so far.
And that's one of his strengths, knocking down those long-range jump shots.
And here's Freak. 16 points for him. Zeller with the double team. Kaminsky the pass to Francis. Here's Rivers. Here's Fowler. And the layup's good off the glass. 18 points for him.
How about the start that they've gotten off to here? Huge lead, and we're still in the first quarter.
And, guys, it hasn't just been the scoring. I mean, they're playing tremendous defense, too.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And the Hornets have been rolling right along, haven't they?
Anytime you can get to the rim consistently early in a game, it allows you to get into a good rhythm offensively.
It really does. I mean, it's a lot easier to get buckets inside. That's elementary, and they've done that through one.
Celtics trail by 15 on the court right now for the Celtics. We've got Bradley, Kyle O'Quinn out there with Jay Crowder. Then it's Tyler Zeller, and it's Meyer in at the 5. 6 to shoot, to the middle. Robinson with the block. Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the 76ers was superb. He ended up with 53 points, and he got there with his usual way. Just an impressive barrage of threes. Truly impressive numbers from him in a stellar performance. What a special night.
Thanks for the great report, Doris. Guys, the way he carried them that night, I thought was truly incredible.
Unreal. I mean, he was literally on another planet in that game. He did it all on the floor.
What's interesting to me, guys, is to see how much energy he's able to play with here tonight. I mean, his legs still have to be a little heavy from that last game.
And the basket good.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Now here's Crowder. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. Picked by Zeller. Crowder with it. Jefferson picks him up. Shot by Crowder, no good.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
And that's on a bounce. Charlotte will retain possession.
Checking the Celtics. Cross.
Freak dishes to Jefferson. And Walker kicks to Freak. Screen by Jefferson. Kid Gilchrist, the pass to Fowler. 4 on the shot clock. Charlotte moving it around. The 3. Kid Gilchrist, no luck. Celtics trail by 18. Outside Bradley. Puts up a 3. And again, Boston with the triple.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication. And now he's able to make them pay.
Passes it to Robinson. Walker dishes to Freak. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
That's leadership. Really, really valuable to have someone who can just take charge like he has.
Well, there's a certain amount of confidence you have when the ball is in his hands at that end of the floor right now. I mean, he just gives you a sense of calm and confidence because of how good he is.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Hornets.
Boston making a switch here. Sullinger's checked in.
Jared Sullinger.
We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And Bradley gets it to go.
Oh, perfect timing there to knock down the teardrop.
Hornets leading by 15. And Walker kicks to Freak. Pass to Jefferson. The shot is off. Now the Celtics take it the other way. Sullinger left side. Down low. Kid Gilchrist with the steal. Walker goes in, using his post moves to get the 2 points. And the Hornets lead by 17.
Another gap in the defense found there, and they've really had their number today.
Sullinger outside. And it's Bradley. That time on the assist from Jared Sullinger. And that's now 9 points for Avery Bradley. And Walker kicks to Freak. Looking for Jefferson. He gets it there. That shot is no good. And he's 1 for 3 from the floor. Celtics trail by 15 to the middle. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's going to be on Freak.
A good night of work for Bradley. He has 9 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
And when it's all said and done, I got a sneaky suspicion he's going to have a few more.
McCullough's checked in for Thomas Robinson. Second free throw, no good. Hornets leading by 14. There's the pass to Fowler. Inside, Crowder with the steal. Meyer passes to Bradley. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Now here's Freak, guarded by Bradley. And that one's good. Freak.
His shooting has been outstanding here. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
There's a good screen. Elbow shot. It's rebounded by Kid Gilchrist. Kid Gilchrist has got his 3rd rebound on the night.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
They've done a lot of things well today, but really it's about what they've done on the backboard that's at the top of that list.
So it's Boston now, following the 3-point attempt by Freak. Jefferson with the rebound.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
At the top of the key, Kid Gilchrist. And that one's good. Kid Gilchrist has got 10.
Ooh, tough layup with the guy right on him. He can be a hard player to handle at times.
Kicks to Crowder. Pass to Meyer. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor, isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
Let's bring out the 2K leaderboard to see the best up-tempo teams in the league. The Hornets, #1.
And that's a fun category. Most fans love that kind of up-tempo offense, and these guys are the best in the game playing that style.
Both teams will make substitutions. Here's Rivers, looking for his first basket still in this one. To the middle, Fowler. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
I tell you what, fellas, we're seeing some really good ball movement out there.
Definitely. 10 of their last 12 points have come off assists.
Now, here's Thomas. They set the screen. Passes it to Meyer. That's in there. Thomas with the assist.
2 points. Meyer.
1:52 left in the first half. Rivers dishes to Holiday. Rivers kicks to Freak. Pass to Francis. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
Francis.
And the Hornets lead by 16.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Now, here's Thomas. He has 5. And there's the pass to Meyer. Takes a shot at the elbow, and that one hits back iron.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
And 2 more 3-point field goals for him here in the second quarter. Somebody had better get a hand up.
Thomas goes in. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Frank Kaminsky. That's his first personal foul.
Boston shooting their 5th and 6 free throws of the game.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
One of the things they've done, guys, is taken pride in their free throw shooting this season, and rightfully so.
Tyler Zeller's checked in for Boston. Kyle O'Quinn comes in for Jared Sullinger. Both shots good from the stripe.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
and maybe cause some foul trouble along the way as well. And we know what that can do. It pays off typically in a good fashion for you. Superb assist there. He played the role of the maestro on that one.
Celtics trail by 19. Here's the screen, and stolen by Freak. And here we go. Freak heading to the hoop. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find its game.
Great point. I mean, that aggression has allowed them to just create a lot of havoc, and boy, are they taking advantage.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock, and that one's good.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
4 seconds left. No good with the layup. A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Hornets lead by 19. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, what a great job you did, both moving the ball and passing it and scoring it. What has been the key for you to this point?
I don't really think there's been a key. That's what you're supposed to do on a basketball court, right? I guess the one other thing is rebound, so I'll try to focus on that for next time.
Good luck with that, young man. Kevin, a young talent looking to do whatever it takes to make it in the NBA.
Thank you, Doris. We'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
All right, listen up. Terrific job so far. The fans are into this game, and we're going to keep them there. Our movement off the ball has been fantastic. All you need to do is look at our field goal percentage to see that. You can't shoot the ball as well as we have without good movement, and it has been very good. Our offense in the paint was a positive. Our entry passes were sharp, and you showed off some excellent post moves. Really nice footwork down there. And let me touch on tempo for a second. We're not out to use the whole shot clock, but I would like to see us get set up offensively. And that's all I wanted to go over with you. Let's go play a good half of basketball.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first two quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback.
Just a fantastic game for Freak. 34 points, and he sprayed home 3 3-pointers as well.
This is really production personified from long range.
And the Celtics with possession here, trailing by 19. Foul in a two-guard. Al Jefferson out there with Thomas Robinson. Then there's Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, and it's Walker in at the point guard position. And that's the group for Steve Clifford as we begin the second half. And the Celtics with possession here. Sullinger the screen. And Bradley gets it to go.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Outside, Walker. He dishes it to Freak. There's a screen by Robinson. Poked away. Thomas against Walker. Thomas passes to Bradley. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you think his team would have the lead.
Walker dishes to Freak. Sullinger with the rebound.
Great looking defense, really, just to disrupt the rhythm on that shot.
Yeah, really turned it from a simple, straightforward look into a very difficult shot.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg.
Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Thomas goes in. He feeds it to Crowder. Sullinger, left side. Just 5 to shoot. That is good.
2 points.
Sullinger's got 5 points so far.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
The feed to Freak. And he slams that one down.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says thank you very much and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
And let's take a quick look now at some stats for Kid Gilchrist. How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's averaging 6 points a game, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. And some pretty good numbers, guys. He's certainly making a contribution.
Better than expected. He still has a ways to go, but I like what I'm seeing right now.
Celtics trail by 15. Outside Bradley. Step back shot. The shot will not go. And Charlotte will come the other way. Their biggest lead of the game was 21.
This offense's first miss after 3 straight makes to start the second half.
Now here's Jefferson. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Here's Fowler. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
That's his first personal foul.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Guys, he's slightly fallen off his pace from a year ago at the line, and those points from the stripe have been a little harder to come by.
And both free throws good from Freak. Here's Thomas. 9 points in the game so far. Dishes it to Bradley. Goes up to the stripe. Breaks a big high bounce and goes in. Bradley's got 6 here in this quarter.
Everything going to plan here to start the third. 80% shooting thus far.
Robinson sets a screen for Kid Gilchrist. Freak kicks to Kid Gilchrist. The dish to Freak. Charlotte moving it around. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
That's his second personal foul.
The Hornets shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
Al Jefferson.
And the first one drops. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Celtics trail by 16. And Thomas, here we go. Passed across. Feeds it to Sullinger. The fader. Outside for Thomas. Now here's Crowder, defended by Jefferson. Pass to Bradley. Fires from deep. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Robinson's got his third rebound on the night.
One made three for him for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
He dialed that one up from long distance. 41 points for Freak.
And he's had an excellent performance overall from the field.
Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Bradley with the ball. 18 points for him. Down it drops through the net for his 9th bucket. He is 9 for 13 so far.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Well, they've given up 10 of the last 12 points from close range, so I'd have to agree with you, partner. Chance to check out Freak here. His last 10 games have been exceptional. First in scoring, second in steals, and he's third in the league in rebounding. Just a tremendous motor. He is always in pursuit of the ball.
And I tell you what, his scoring abilities are almost otherworldly. I mean, no one's been able to slow him down or even come close.
McCullough's checked in for Thomas Robinson. And a change for the Celtics. Zeller's checked in. Now Thomas, 9 points in the game so far, picked by Zeller. Now here's Bradley. Defense is right there. And let's bring up a list of some of the NBA's hottest players. Among shooting guards, these are the leading scorers over the course of the last month. Freak, number 1.
Possibly the single most dangerous player in the league right now. I mean, a machine at the offensive end, just so hard for any defense to deal with.
Yeah, and what I like about him most is that he's just a scorer. He's going to give you buckets from any place, inside, outside, deep, driving to the lane. I mean, he puts it in the basket.
And he knocks down the first one. That one is no good. Hornets leading by 16. Here's Walker. He kicks it to Freak. Pass to Jefferson. Here's McCullough. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot.
Now here's Crowder. The pass to Meyer. Kicks it to Crowder. 5 to shoot. Sullinger the screen. Plenty of space. And the shot's good from Crowder.
When they pulled up from mid-range, more often than not, they've buried it.
And that shot might not be the number 1 option, but if the D will give it to you and you get it in rhythm, that's the one you take.
It's basically been all him. I mean, he scored most of the points himself.
Now here's Thomas. 9 points in the game so far. Out to the wing. Here's Meyer. Off target from three-point range.
You know, so many games are decided by which team wins the rebound battle, and that's held true in this one so far.
And Clark, their effort on the glass has given them the advantage, but it's also been the effort in general that's made a difference.
Austin with the ball. After the basket by Charlotte. Picked by Zeller. Meyer passes to Zeller. Now here's Crowder. He's covered by Kid Gilchrist. And Jefferson sends it back.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me a bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
Boston with the ball, following the miss by Al Jefferson. And Sullinger kicks to Crowder. Back to Sullinger. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist. Sullinger's got 8.
In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
Here's Fowler. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December, taking a look at Charlotte. They like where they stand right now, perched in that topmost position. And checking out Boston, 5 games behind.
And you know, for the Celtics, they had the kind of hot and cold start that we've kind of come to expect. Nothing that would indicate they're in for any kind of a breakout season.
And, you know, perhaps with a roster move or two later on, Greg, they can start to break out of that pack.
So both teams changing it up here. And both free throws good from Freak.
They're doing a great job here in the second half. They've brought their free throw percentage up quite a bit. And that's winning basketball. That's one of the ingredients in winning basketball. Good free throw shooting.
Now, here's Thomas. 9 points in the game so far. Meyer. He's guarded by Rivers. Here's Meyer. It's rebounded by Charlotte. 1:11 left in the third quarter of the game. Pass to Francis. Stolen by O'Quinn. Outside Thomas. Up top, O'Quinn. Passes it to Meyer. There's the 3. Rebounded by Kaminsky.
Boy, just by his body language, Kevin, you can tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Yeah, it seemed like he had great rhythm on that. You can see the disappointment in his face.
And so it's Boston with it, following the miss by Freak. There's a screen. And it's Thomas at the elbow. No luck. Nice D from Fowler.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense.
That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
The turnover total in the first half, only 1, but a totally different story here in the second.
And here is Thomas. He isn't playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. And it's blocked by Fowler. Holiday, no good. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Hornets ahead, delivering the blowout. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. And so here's Charlotte. Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for the next game. That'll be the second of 4 games at home for them. On the floor for Boston, we've got Kyle O'Quinn, and it's Cross in at the 5, down low.
And, you know, that's an example of how many plays we have in a game for which there's no stat. A monster dunk coming off just a terrific pick play.
Greg, you're right. It really did work to perfection. Gave him all the room he needed for the flush.
Boy, that's a sound physical play. I mean, can't be afraid to put a shoulder into somebody every once in a while. It's a contact sport, folks.
Bradley can't get it to go.
They've shown effort and aggression in the paint right from the tip. Their rebounding edge is impressive.
And they're giving themselves extra possessions and have taken advantage of it. And that's critical. You can shoot a few lesser percentage if you're getting more opportunities at the rim. Just couldn't get a hand in the face on that one.
That's using what you got. He's got a height advantage, put it to good use there, and got himself a clean look.
Now here's Bradley. Meyer, he's guarded by Rivers. Meyer passes to Cross, lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Hornets leading by 22. Here's Fowler, and Charlotte again with the bucket.
This guy's putting on a clinic out there. Everything is sound and sharp and crisp. He's really the centerpiece of their offense.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
And yes, sir, that one drops.
Timeout, Charlotte. All right, Charlotte, now entering the court.
And some changes here for the Hornets. Jefferson's checked in for Kaminsky. Charlotte has gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. Can't cash in from close range. And pushing it up, here's Boston. No good. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. Outside Robinson. Here's Fowler. Rebounded by the Celtics. Thomas with the ball. There's a good screen. The pass to Meyer. Releases from 15. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Freak's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Jefferson dishes to Freak. Back to Jefferson. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
You know, he might be small for a center, but it doesn't really matter because he can jump out of the building.
For Boston, they've gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. Back to Thomas. He dishes it to Zeller. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. Thomas got 5 assists in the game.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Rivers kicks to Freak. Screened by Jefferson. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the official.
And look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Hornets.
They've been penetrating with a certain amount of ease, guys, just as much in this half as the first.
Another thing they've done tonight is work the ball into the paint for plenty of those close-range points. You got to have those.
Free throw good. Freak.
He's simply just willing himself to the line here.
And the Hornets making a change here. Walker's checked in. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. Walker against Thomas. Bradley, no one around him. No good from outside. Hornets have gotten exactly 2/3 of their shots to find the bottom of the net here in the 4th. 8 of 12. And he gets it to go.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
Now here's Bradley. And Robinson comes to help. And stolen by Freak. The 17-footer. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
You love the closeout on that possession.
Excellent defense. Active, and he made it a very tough shot for him.
And Thomas, here we go. Can't capitalize on the good pick.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Charlotte moving the ball around. And that one's good. Freak's got 56 points in the game.
Great outside shooting fueling this run.
And the D is getting bombarded. They haven't been able to slow them down the least bit. Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Hornets.
But, Steve, you know, you don't see this kind of a blowout often. But tonight, this is a quality win across the board to deliver out, Clark, this kind of punishment to
Well, you know what? I thought they did a nice job of playing against the game. They kept the pressure on and clearly were dominant in every area.
And so this will now translate to 14 wins on the season.
And tonight they took the time they needed, made the plays they had to when they had to, and that's why they're going up 1-0 in their 3-game season series against the Celtics.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Freak. It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
Boy, and that is a bunch of rebounds for a player who's not the biggest guy out there.
And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Jefferson. Releases. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
Didn't take their time in wrapping this game up. They came out with a sense of urgency.
Nice ending spurt to polish it off. Once they had him on the ropes, they started throwing haymakers at him.
The whole knockout blow.
And that one's good.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
And they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, exactly. They got to be happy with the outcome here.
Elated, you're right. Now, Freak uses the glass to finish the layup.
Well, they're going to walk out of here with a win and send this crowd home happy.
Yeah, you know, it was a real solid performance for them in a lot of areas. I mean, they should be proud of their work tonight.
And so it's the Hornets taking care of business in this one. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
Yeah, they were clicking in every way. I mean, all cylinders go. No question about that. And once they pulled away, they didn't let up.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. And now time to go to Ernie Johnson, who's alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now let's move on to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Freak. It was lights out shooting at its best from him in this game. 60-plus points is rarefied territory that few players ever see in the NBA. But we saw it here tonight. Truly jaw-dropping.
You know, Freak was a 4.0 honor student growing up. And tonight, that high IQ is one of the things we saw on display with that sensational performance. Combine his smarts with the fact that he lives and breathes basketball, there's no doubt that he's one of the most intelligent players we have in this league.
His accuracy from the field was pretty eye-catching. I mean, if he was shooting the ball, it was going in. You rarely see a performance like this with this crazy high shooting percentage. Wow.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a great night.